Hello bakers, welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, I share lots of delicious home style recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. Today we are going to be making a really beautiful banana bread. This one is vegan. It's also gluten-free because I have so many friends that are vegan and so many friends that have gluten intolerances, and they're always like, can you make me a variation of this or a variation of that? Today, that is exactly what we're doing. So, gluten-free, vegan banana bread, let's go. Now, if you are looking for a regular style banana bread, you don't have any intolerances and you're not vegan, I do have a recipe up on my channel for that. So I will leave it in the description box below for you. Make sure you check it out. But if you are looking for something a little bit different, you do have some intolerances or some dietary restrictions, then this one is for you. This banana bread is really beautiful. It's a traditional style banana bread. It should still be like nice, light and fluffy. Some of them become like a little bit too dense, I think. So this one is a really nice, beautiful banana bread that will give your stomach a big warm hug. I always find that banana bread is like a really comforting type of recipe, and this one is no different. So let me show you what you are gonna need. Here we have some mashed banana. I've got 2 mashed banana here, and I've just mashed it with a fork. I have some all-purpose gluten-free flour. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here is some ground cinnamon, some salt, some baking soda and baking powder. I also have some apple cider vinegar, a little bit of vanilla. Here is some coconut oil. This is organic raw sugar and some water. You may have spotted over in the corner was some sugar and some coconut. This is completely optional. I will leave all of the ingredients in the description box below for you, but this one is going to be for the topping. So if you do want to have a little bit of extra on your banana bread, give it a little bit of a sprinkle, and it's gonna toast up, make it really beautiful, and just take your banana bread to the next level. This is just gonna make you that little bit of a pro. Now let's talk about substitutes for just a second. So we have all-purpose gluten-free flour here. If you wanted to incorporate a different type of flour, for example, spelt flour, almond flour, oat flour, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend doing the full quantity though, that we have here as all of one of those flours. I would recommend going half one of your specialty flours with half of a gluten-free flour. If you go with all of one of those other flours, it's just gonna make it way too dense. Another substitute over here that you can do, and this is the vanilla. If you don't want to do vanilla extract, you can also do maple syrup, which is super delicious as well. When you are making banana bread, or pretty much most or all recipes that have banana in it, you always want to try and look for overripe bananas. So if you do have some sitting out on the bench, you need to use them up. This is perfect. Get in the kitchen, get baking. The overripe bananas are super, super sweet, so that flavor comes through a lot more, and it's just way more flavorful. So don't throw out your old, sooty, yucky bananas. Use them in this banana bread or another banana recipe. Go away, fly. Okay. In preparation for your banana bread, you need to turn on your oven 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You will also need a loaf tin of some sort. I have one here. I lined it earlier. If you're not sure how to line your baking tin, I have a video up on that, so check it out. I've also got a whisk and a spatula here, a wooden spoon, and a couple of mixing bowls. I have 2 here because I'm going to show you how we're going to work it in just a minute. If you don't need all of these other bowls to present like you won't, you're just going to make the banana bread, you won't need all of these extra bowls as well. 2 will do you just fine. Enough chatting, it's time to bake. First thing is first, grab your dry ingredients. So in baking, a lot of the time, first of all, we work on the dry ingredients and then the wet ingredients. So you do them separately and then you usually incorporate them. So that's exactly what we're gonna do for this recipe. It's no different. So grab your all-purpose flour here, gluten-free flour, and then add your chemical leaveners. So you've got baking soda, baking powder, we've got salt and the cinnamon. Throw it all in as well. And we're giving it a whisk because we want to make it all nice and even and all incorporated. If you don't give it a whisk or don't give it a stir, your cake or banana bread, it just might not bake as evenly as what it should. Okay, so that's good. Off to the side now. Now, we have our banana here. So I have just given this a bit of a mash with this fork here. You can do that as well. And then into the big mixing bowl we go. I'm also going to add in now our coconut oil. And this is melted coconut oil. So it can go in, and then we're just going to give that a stir. Now we're going to go ahead and add in the other ingredients here. So vanilla and apple cider and our water, all in the mixing bowl. And at this point, we're going to add in our beautiful raw organic sugar as well. So put that in and then just give it a good mix. You can either do it with a spoon or with a whisk. I just prefer a whisk. Looks good. All of that sugar is now incorporated and the banana looks good too. I still have a few chunks in there, and that's totally fine for our banana bread. Now we're going to incorporate our dry ingredients here with our wet. So just use your bigger bowl as the base, and then in we go. And now we're just going to fold it all in, mix it and incorporate it. This mix looks super beautiful. It's incorporated really nicely. Smells yummy as well. And if you wanted to at this point add anything else like some nuts, you can do that at this point. So I'd add about 3/4 of a cup of your favorite nuts. Walnuts, pecans work always really well with banana bread. And if you're looking for something a little bit sweet or that chocolate bite, then you can add 3/4 of a cup of dark chocolate, organic chocolate chips as well. Okay, it's time to turn out this mixture into our tin. We want to get this in the oven ASAP so we can eat it sooner rather than later. I have just swapped baking tools so I can scrape out the last of this batter. My mix is all in my tin here, so I'm just going to gently smooth it out so it bakes nice and even. Last but not least, as I said, this step is optional, but I've just got here some sugar and some coconuts, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. Okay, this looks the goods. It's gonna go into the oven now for about 40 to 45 minutes. Or until a skewer comes out and it's clean. So keep an eye on yours. We're gonna rotate it out halfway, so check yours at 20 minutes. While our vegan gluten-free banana bread is baking away, you know what time it is. It's time for me to share with you all an inspirational quote, and those of you who come here all the time, you'll know that I do that because I like to send out the good vibes, and hopefully one of these will connect with you in some way. The one that I found for you today is 70% of people who start a plan quit. Not you, not this time. That is a quote by Lisa Messenger, and I think it's a really good one because so many times we all come up with a plan of things that we really, really want to do, but then other things get in the way and we don't end up doing it. But be one of the people that don't give up. Be one of the people that don't quit, because think of it from the bigger perspective. If you cannot quit, it's going to get you to where you want to be. I believe in you. Don't quit. Now it's back to baking. It's so good. I have just taken this out of the oven. Mine was in there for 40 minutes, and I'm just going to do a little bounce test. We're looking good. And now the skewer test. So put in your skewer into the center. If it comes out clean, it's just a bit of toasted coconut on that, and it's clean, so we are good. This now can cool down for a little bit in its tin. You don't want to have a slice straight away, it'll just be a bit too hot. And I can tell you now, the smell is just absolutely heavenly. This recipe, even though it's gluten-free, even though it's vegan, there is zero compromise on flavor. It is like just a normal banana bread. And with a little bit of extra coconut and sugar on top, whew, we are in for a treat. I have been waiting patiently and I'm super ready to try this beautiful banana bread here. So I'm just going to pull it out of the tin. So up we go onto the breadboard. Oh yeah, it looks delightful. Yum. The toasted coconut makes it look more brown as well. It just looks super yummy. So I'm just gonna slide this off now. Like that. All right, let's see how this looks, shall we? Cut ourselves off a bit, maybe just the end. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Look how nice and fluffy this is. I love that banana, and then we're gonna get some amazing crunch from this toasted coconut and sugar. Now at this stage, you can put your favorite veggie or vegan butter on it, which I'm probably gonna do in a minute, but I just wanna taste it first. It just smells so good. Wow, as I said, no compromise on flavor, no compromise on taste. There's not even compromise on the inside, like it's all fluffy and light. It's absolutely amazing. When you make a loaf this good, you're gonna wanna make sure that it's big enough to share with everyone because honestly, it's so delicious, everyone is gonna wanna bite. Now you don't have to be vegan or gluten intolerant to enjoy this banana bread. Honestly, it's so delicious. No one has to miss out. You can enjoy it with everyone and it just tastes like a beautiful banana bread. I'm gonna make a cup of tea and enjoy the rest of this beautiful vegan gluten-free banana bread. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. I really hope that you love this recipe, and if you do like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell as well because I have a new video coming out every single week. Thanks again, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!